Happy National Ceiling Fan Day, fan collectors and fan enthusiasts watching out there. Um, Today, because during the last group trip, Alex was kind enough to he basically came up with the idea of doing a whole ceiling fan display during his time while he was staying here. So it started out with just one fan, and then during his whole time here, he basically put all these up. So, in a nutshell, I basically have what I've always been talking about, kind of wanting since I've moved to this new house. I have an official ceiling fan display. I'm sure you guys might have seen videos of this on other YouTube channels, but I figured I would really use National Ceiling Fan Day as the kind of my official chance to really show it off exactly what we got going on here, and basically low, kind of just a general low, medium, and high of all the ceiling fans that are installed here as the National Ceiling Fan Day treat. So you can see, to make this video, I actually recently got a new iPad for my birthday, which is what I'm filming on right now. However, I also have a camera, my phone, over there on the tripod. So we basically have two cameras. We're going to switch over to the other camera right now. You can see this is just kind of a group shot of all of them, but I figured since it's kind of hard to see them all clearly from that shot, I figured that I would sort of go back and forth between these two angles, these two cameras, basically, and just so you guys can really see what's happening. So we'll do a little tour here of what we got installed, and then we'll get started. So currently on the testing rig, we got a new in-box Banville EnviroFan Silver line. I think it's 2021, I believe, or 2020. I got this from Carter at the last group trip. It's I don't think they're quite as common in 48-inch, so that makes this one a little bit unique. I have it hooked up to a solid state here that I got in Canada. This is a Canadian solid state control, though I think they might sell them here too, but I got this one at Rona while I was in Montreal just this last time. Up here we got a Casablanca Utopian that I got from Cormac at the same past group trip. Because of the way the wood beams are, it would be really hard. I guess we didn't have the right screws or whatever to install the hang true on the beam, so we had to use a regular ball socket mounting bracket system there. So sorry that it doesn't have a hang true. It kind of looks a little bit ugly. Hoping I can eventually fix that, because I actually haven't told anyone on YouTube I have a new job now as an electrician apprenticeship. So I'm hoping that maybe I can actually install some of these properly, using some boxes and conduit. But for now, this definitely works fine. So anyways, I kind of got a little off topic there. So back on to the main subject of the video. Yep, we got a Casablanca Utopian installed right here. Or not Utopian, Walia, however you say it, 6-blade fan here. I get the two of them mixed up a lot because they have basically a very similar motor. But the Utopian just is a more normal-sized fan with 5 blades. Here is a Casablanca K63 Zephyr from 1979 in antique brass. I got this one from Alex, actually, at this last group trip, but I saw it briefly when I was in Montreal at his house as well. He got 2 of these, both from 1979 from different purchases. Different findings, actually. One is polished brass and one is antique brass, which is this one. The trim on the are these officially called Slumber Quiet? I don't think so. So just the variable speed is a little bit messed up. But other than that, it's in pretty good condition, especially, and I love the fact that it's K63, and I think this one looks great right here. So we'll go over this way actually because it's a little bit I did kind of a double install within a double install here just to make sure that my camera phone is still running here. Yep, we're still going there. I don't know, one time we were in Montreal and it randomly shut off when we were making me and Alex were doing something music related, so sometimes I get a little bit skeptical that it's actually working. So right here, back towards the cat, well, not actually my cat hogs this whole room, but back here towards the kind of the sofa desk, just this little nook over here, we got one of the shoe store fans. So during the group trip, as I mentioned in my actual videos of these fans, that trade ended up going through, so I ended up giving two of them. So I basically gave one Alex because, I mean, he wanted that fan since we both found out together that shoe store was moving out. So I gave him that Union, which actually, it turned out that it actually wasn't a Union or Total Energy System. It's actually also an HRS, so it's a little bit of a new fact we learned there. But I ended up giving him that one, and he ended up actually taking another HRS. So he has two of the shoe store fans. He uses them frequently, which is great. Some people were confused as to why I gave them away, but that's basically because we had agreed on that long before I had even gotten them, and we found out together at the same time that they would they basically offered the fans because they were moving locations and having that store torn down. So if you watch the previous videos, if you are new to this channel, these are 2 out of 4 ceiling fans I got out of a closing shoe store that was moving out. And they are both together here, and they are both actually wired up to the solid state that they were used at in the store, which is right here. This was this solid state basically controlled all 4 ceiling fans back when they were installed in the shoe store. But the 2 that I've kept, the 1 HRS can arm and the Strato fan there, with the nut at the bottom. This is a major childhood fan right here. I basically put them both up together because it's basically a little bit of the shoe store in the basement, right here in my basement display. And then Alex at one point had both of his HRS and Union installed in his room at his dad's house. So I actually did a little screen recording of all 4 of them running together, like, even though they were all in different locations. I'll post that when I have the chance. But anyways, that's what these are doing here. 2 industrials in brown controlled on this. So then, as you can see on both the beams, on this beam and on this beam, we have 2 quorum pinwheels. Now, you might be thinking, okay, Brian, we know Brian has 2 pinwheels. He's posted them already. Well, actually, this is a new pinwheel. This is not one that I have filmed before. I actually got this one at the last group trip from Chandru, or Charles S., and I haven't actually filmed it yet. It came like this with no light. The blades, however, I believe I ended up giving to Donovan because he needed a set of regular blades, and he gave me his pastel one. So the blades are not original. This is actually a pastel set, other than the fact that this red one has been painted over. You can see the top of it's a different shade. There, I'm kind of annoyed they painted over that, but it's not actually that noticeable, to be honest with you. And they actually look pretty similar. It's only a subtle difference between the pastel and the regular set. This one right here is the one that I got last Christmas that had the bowl light on it, but I took that off. I already have a video of this one. You guys have probably seen it. And then the first one that I got, I ended up giving to Carter, partly because of the condition it was in, but he ended up fixing it. So I still have 2, but I basically have a different one now. So the other one that, actually we briefly hung that pinwheel I gave to Carter, we briefly hung that one here when Alex was here at the group trip, and then we ended up exchanging it out with Chandru's. midway through. And then finally, I ended up talking for much longer than I thought I would. Just a lot to explain. We got an Ellen Roth twin breeze. So while I was volunteering at my restore, my local Habitat for Humanity restore last summer, I still do occasionally if I get like off of work early. I often would find fans, like, get first notice of fans that they got, and this was one of the fans that they got that I really wanted, because I always kind of wanted a duo fan like this, and I know Ceiling Fan Guy, or Ceiling Fan Collector 1000 has one of these, and there's also that other one that Harbor Breeze made. Actually, okay, this one's actually made by Harbor Breeze. I know Ellen Roth made these too. It's a little confusing because there's several different versions and types of these made, and a lot of different rebranding and such. But this is a Harbor Breeze, I believe, twin star, and I always wanted this type. You can see I actually put different sides of the blades facing down on each side to kind of make some variety. Sort of like how we got a pastel and a normal set here. We got I believe this is the cherry side, and this is like the walnut or oak side or something like that. But anyways, that basically sums up everything. Here's another fan I got from the group trip, a Canarm CP36 there. As well as a few desk fans, actually, as well. So I got a Panama from the restore not too long ago. So there's some of my newer fans. Actually, no, that's a Concentra. Sorry, that's the Panama right there. So anyways, without further ado, let's get into the demonstration. So we're going to do low first. Sorry, I had to put the camera down for that one. That one's a little hard to pull. I still like my iPhone camera better than this one. This is not the best camera, but I mean, for two cameras, it's pretty cool to do with a setup like this. So I actually made a video of all 4 of these before I gave the 2 away to Alex. I made a video of the 4 shoe store fans on their original solid state control. I haven't had a chance to upload that yet, but just know that that's something I have done since I made the original videos on that 3-speed control. That weird 3-speed control that I think I put a Casablanca knob on it. It didn't have its matching knob. Only problem is these blades do come a little close to the pull chains. Beachroom's kind of high on this. All right, we're gonna go up to medium now. So high is about here, so I'll do kind of here-ish on the solid state for medium. Oh, that sped way up. Let me turn that down a little bit. It's almost like the solid state stopped. What the heck? It's like just... I don't know, that was weird. It seems to be going slower now, but it was like only running on high there. But I'll probably have to work on that control a little bit. Anyways, we just had to get this one, which has a super sensitive. Let's see, what's that like? Is that about an average medium maybe? I think that'll do. Oh, and I think these turned off. What the? Okay, now there's another issue over here. I think medium is actually not working on these. It turns off when I put it on medium. Oh well. Doesn't have to be, this video doesn't have to be absolutely perfect. I feel like just getting to actually have a ceiling fan display to do for National Ceiling Fan Day is really cool. So yeah, it basically seems to go high, off, low, off, which it didn't do that before. I wonder if maybe the capacitor is having issues on it. That wouldn't surprise me. See, I put the quorum pinwheels on the beams just because it's almost like I basically made a combination of John's Incredible Pizza with the pinwheels and the shoe store with the industrials, in addition to several other just miscellaneous fans, like the two Casablancas we got here. Kind of represent my favorite ceiling fan brand, and the Twin Breeze basically back here just because it fits and it's a duo fan. It's also got a light. This area doesn't get any light. It's the only fan on display with a light, actually, because the rest of the area we got all the LEDs here, but there's just nothing back here, so I felt like the light was pretty helpful. Alright, I think we're about ready for high. I think I've done a pretty good showing of everything on medium. Now this should be pretty easy because I can just turn everything up all the way. And hope I don't blow a fuse. these just do not want to behave. Okay, there we go. Or maybe that was medium. I don't know. I can't figure these out, honestly. I can't tell if it's the pull chain is just not clicking or what, but... Oops, I almost stuck in my cat's food there. Alright, I'm not going to do this for too long, because obviously this is a windstorm, but we did it multiple times during the group trip. Oh yeah, that's another thing about Chandru's pinwheel. It's pretty wobbly. Wow, holy crap. This is insanely long. This real windstorm here. This actually feels like I'm in the middle of a windstorm. Some sort of severe weather alert. Do an air test on each of them. Globe is a little loose on it. Actually, it shakes a little. I mean, to be honest, to balance two twin fans like that is just... I mean, that's probably the one fault. Oh, oops, the canopy fell. I'll have to rewatch the tripod video to see exactly when that happened. I didn't notice it. There's the long one. I've been trying to balance that out, but I think I might need to actually get a new wall socket for it. The wall socket is kind of loose. This might be the biggest wind over this one right here. Alright. I'd love to do like a spin down comparison, but I can't shut them all off at the same time, so that might not be perfect. But I think I already know which one takes the longest. I'm not going to spoil it for you all, but I think I know which one of these fans takes the longest to spin down. But I am going to unplug them as quickly as possible at the same time. So this plug right here controls these three, the pinwheel and the two industrials. So only sad thing is this light is going to come off. This one controls the other four fans on the display. And then we'll just buy this control. And now we'll do spin down. So yep, these two, I think Alex did have to remove the cord plug, unfortunately, so he could install the ones in his house. Because of the way the wiring was set up, he couldn't keep the cord plug, which is a bit unfortunate, but thankfully for here, I was still able to keep the cord plug intact for these two. Now, if I do, basically, if I put something like two 2 1/8 boxes in here or something like that, or octagon boxes and conduit, I might have to reconsider. But for now, this works just fine. Let me make sure my tripod video is still going. Yep. Okay, actually, I'm not sure which one of them. Actually, I might be wrong, because I guess I think we obviously know which one on the actual display is going to stop last, because they've basically all stopped now except for these two, and I think we know which one of these two is pretty clearly going to stop first. However, I guess I never did this with another fan on the rig before, so I mean, these two look like it could be like anybody's game here between the two of them. Okay, that is, so they're basically all stopped now except for the HRS, which is it's like so weird that this one like stops so much quicker than the HRS canarm. The HRS canarm is still like going actually quite fast, like quite a significant amount of RPMs here, while the other ones have just totally stopped. And actually this one's slowing quite a bit down now. And keep in mind, I shut this one off last. Well, and it stopped. So I guess we'll just wait for this one. Wow, this one takes a long time to spin down. That is no lie. I can't decide. I guess in the meantime, I'll ask you all a question. What's your favorite part of this display, your favorite fan on display? I can't decide between the two industrials or the two pinwheels on the beams. I just absolutely love this. But then the industrials are really sick as well. So it's hard to say. Okay, I think this one's coming to a stop pretty soon. All right. So, since I've talked a lot in this video already, I'm not going to take too much time with the outro. So, that pretty much sums everything up. And I guess I'm just going to send you guys off with the usual remember to comment, rate, and subscribe. And I hope you all enjoyed the video. Take care.